did and know God. My name is David and I hope you're doing well. And today I just want to talk about seasons. And I know somebody's out here looking at me right now and you're thinking, why me? Why should I go through what I'm going through? Right? And you know, when bad things or when we go through life with things that we don't really like, it becomes very difficult because we have conditioned our mind that only good should happen. But I want to tell you, child of God, that is not how God designed the planet. The Bible says in the book of Genesis, chapter number 8 and verse 22, when God was speaking to Noah, and these were the words of God himself, when Noah was out of the ark, God told him, I will not do this again. I think in verse 21, never destroy the water, destroy the man like that again. But in 22 he says that as long as the earth remains, or other version says endures, moon, day and darkness will forever be. There will be night and day, cold and hot, and you know, all these seasons will forever be there. And so, child of God, we need to be taught, right, or understand that in our lives, as long as we live in the, should I call it, four corners of the world, or the circular world, right? We will always be living our lives in seasons. Good ones and bad ones, as long as we still live. Right? And God took me to where this all began. You know, God begins with a garden. Right? And in any garden, for those of us who are farmers like me out there, we all know that there is no farm or garden that will forever have fruits. It will be an abnormal farm, right? So it means even in the garden there would be seasons, right? Like we have planting time, preparation, end of the time that we harvest, and then we go back to preparation. And notice there's land preparation, there's always a preparation, and preparation is not easy. And so when you're going through a season of preparation, I'll call it like that, or the seasons mostly that you don't like, please remember, it is a season. Why? The most important thing that God showed me is that this season will pass. That as much as it comes, no season is permanent. And I'm speaking right now when, at a time when we watch the news, there's heat waves across Europe and America, and even where I am right now, it should actually be cold, but it is hot. But what I know is that one day I will wake up and there will be clouds and it will be raining. It means even the places which have heat wave right now, there is this day they will wake up and there will be clouds and it will be raining and it will be winter, right? So if they wanted to think like it is only heat, they can't think like that. And so the devil has a way of always coming, and when we are in our preparation season, make us to feel like the preparation season will be so long and that there will be no food, right? But I want to speak to you. Everything has its season, and seasons are temporary. Just as the way, sorry to say, even good times are temporary. So we'll have good times, and we'll also have times that are challenging, right? And even if you look at any tree, if you have mango tree in your home, next to your village, have you ever noticed that when it is the season for mangoes, is when we recognize that tree, right? We even use it for direction. When you get to that mango tree, yeah, then make a corner, right? Why? Because it is its season, it's producing mangoes, and sometimes it's flowers, and there's a lot of bees around it. And you know, when you're starting to get into your season, you attract so many things: bees, butterflies, and everyone loves you, and the mango tree is smelling nice, and things are working for the mango tree. And then it gets to a time when now it is not the season for the mango tree. Child of God, you will agree with me that there are days you pass that mango tree without even recognizing that it is there. Only thing you know, it is a tree, like any other. And some of us have been going through this. Sometimes I'm speaking to you right now, and you're thinking nobody is even noticing you because it is not your season right now, right? And so everyone is just recognizing you as any other tree, any other person. It is correct. Do not be distressed, do not be dismayed. Trust the process of the cycle. It will go, and then you will start to flower, and you will start to produce fruit. But at least, even as the mango tree that we ignore, my friend Dylan said, it is now used for shade. And we can trim you for firewood. Right? And so sometimes we're in this season where God is trimming some other parts of you to burn. Cutting off some pride, cutting off other things, because we don't trim or prune a tree when it's flowering, right? Or when it has fruit. We only trim it in that season where it is off season, and we think we need to trim it to be better, right? You've seen what we do to a banana. We remove the barks, and we add more soil, and so that it can become better. So, child of God, this is just what God was showing me, that we need to register it in our minds. He says, I will be with you in the valley of the shadow of death. It is not if, it is just when. And Jesus said, if they hated me, they will hate you. And the disciples asked him in Luke at some point, tell us the sign so that we know. But Jesus told them, before you know the sign, they will persecute you. Right? And it is okay. I've come to tell you, it is okay to go through the good season and also to go through the lower seasons. The seasons where you are not fruitful, the seasons where you are ignored like a tree. We are all in the garden, planted by God, and we flower differently, right? Do you ever know that some of you, the mango tree does not produce fruits at the same time as the guava tree? For those of us who have grown in the village like me, we know there's a season for guavas everywhere, right? And every guava tree is doing well. Then their season goes. Then it is a season for mango. Then the mango goes. It is a season for avocado. But there is no day that the mango, avocado, and guava are all producing fruit at the same time. So, child of God, this is who we are in the garden of God. You might be a mango, and I am a guava. And so right now you can look at my life and say, oh, he's doing very well, God. Why? He is doing very well. It is just my season to produce my guavas, so you just better be eating my guavas, right? Then the season will change, and now it will be your turn, the mango, to be producing fruits. And I will be eating the mangoes, right? So let us just understand that as long as the earth still exists and you still exist on planet Earth, there will be seasons for night and day, cold and hot. And since you are in the seasons, you will be able to walk through the seasons. And may God give you the understanding and the wisdom to know your seasons, so that when you're walking through the tough seasons, generally say you will only ask for wisdom to learn the meaning. Right? And so you can be able to ask God, what is the training? Or what are you preparing me for before I flower again? And you will flower again and again, come down and prepare for the next assignment until we exit the planet Earth. So, child of God, this is a reminder that as long as the earth exists or endures, the seasons will always be there. And as long as you live in this world where you have flesh and blood, you will also go through highs and lows. Do not allow the devil to deceive you that the lows are permanent, because that's where the deception lies. As much as we also want to deceive ourselves that the good seasons will be permanent, let us have a balance. The good seasons will be temporary, the bad season will be temporary. But in the end, we shall all enjoy all of them. May the Lord bless you and give you the wisdom to endure the preparation season.